Hello everybody, this is TechHut and this is episode 2 of my Linux terminal tutorials, going over some of the basic terminal commands that everybody should know when working in a Linux operating system. And this is episode 2, so we're going to be going over the copy paste command as well as move command. Now just like last time, these are pretty basic kind of file system management commands, but they are absolutely essential when it comes to doing a lot of things. And even if you're somebody who sticks with the graphic user interface of a lot of your systems, there will be times that you are going to need to move things around, especially if you get into things like installing themes into directories that require root privileges or any other configurations like that. So the first command is cp. This is copy paste. Just like the other ones, if we go help, this is how you see all the different uses for it, all the different arguments and options. So usage is cp, your option, and then your source and your directory. So if I go ahead and scroll down here, let's clear this out. Let's do an example by copying this thumb.jpg that's currently in my documents and just make a simple copy of it. So first what we're going to want to do is go to the actual documents folder, and this is the change directory like we learned last time, and we are just going to go into documents, because as we learned last time, this is our working directory or home directory. So hit enter, and now we are in documents. If we go ahead ls list it, we can see we have our pics folder and a thumb.jpg. Now the most basic cp command is really easy. It's just cp and then your source file, so the file you're going to want to be copying. So this will be thumb.jpg, and then you're going to want to make your output. So I'm going to just do thumb-copy.jpg, just like that. Hit enter, and then you can see over here we have a thumb copy JPEG. And then if I go ahead and ls it, you can see it here. Now you can also copy things over in between directories. So if we got the same example, copy paste thumb.jpg, and let's say instead of creating a copy in the same directory, we wanted to go ahead and create a different output directory. So all I'm going to do is do the little squiggly bit, which is our working home directory, and dash, and let's say I want to copy this over to the desktop. Just like that, and right here I could either keep it blank or I could type in a different file name. So if I wanted that thumb-copy like I did last time, but for now I'm just going to leave this blank and see if it copies over to our desktop. So if I hit enter, you can see that I had no errors, and if I move this out of the way, you can see our thumb.jpg is right here. So it worked successfully. And like I said, you could always add text here with the .jpg to name it something else. Now you could also copy and paste over entire directories, and we do that with the -r option. You saw earlier the --help command, which took us to all of our different options, but the only one I'm going to be really covering is the -r, which just stands for recursive copy, and that will allow us to copy all the hidden files and the directories. So all we do is cp-r, which is that option, and now we're going to be copying over this pics directory right here. So you can see it's a directory with a couple folders. Actually, I'll show you this through terminal. So if I'm in my documents, I go ls, you could see I have the pics directory, and if I go ahead and go into that pics directory and do ls again, you can see I have a couple of photos in here. So I want to copy this entire directory over to my desktop. So first I'm going to go ahead and cd back into that documents directory, and then copy paste -r, so recursive. So I'm going to be copying the entire directory of pics, so pics, so that's that directory, and then we're going to be outputting this to our, let's go desktop, and also before I type this, you could also just do like here, I'll actually do it pics-copy, hit enter, and then you can see over here I have a new pics-copy, and we could also go ahead and copy that over to our desktop like we were originally going to do. So let's get the pics and then do the little squiggly bit, desktop, and just like that. And I could give it a name like pics-copy, but for now I'll just leave it blank, so then it will go onto the desktop as the pics folder. So if I hit enter, you can see on the desktop I now have a pics folder, and then if I go ahead and let's cd back a directory and then go into my desktop, list it, we can see we have the pics folder and the thumb.jpg. Now if you're ever working in a directory such as the USR, this is going to be a situation that you're going to need to do a sudo to copy and paste things to and from, because that is you don't have permissions by default unless if you're in either superuser or you do a sudo command. So you would just type sudo cd and then whatever you want to do in any other files. But I do warn you, if you do sudo and you do things within your normal documents, desktop pictures, and you try to interact with that through the graphical user interface, you may run into issues because the permissions are going to be set differently. So I do only recommend using sudo when you absolutely need to. So another thing I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick is the mv command. Now this is fairly similar to everything we've just done. I'm going to go ahead and clear this out real quick. If I type nv -help, you can see all the different options you have. You can force it, you could override suffixes, and a couple other things, and these are your usage, mv option, source, and directory. And this is just moving, so instead of keeping a copy, you're essentially cutting and pasting files. So let's go ahead and clear this out one more time and just show a quick example on this. So if I go ahead and let's delete these off my desktop, and let's say I wanted to move over this thumb JPEG, so I would just go to MV. I'm actually going to stay in this directory so I can show you the kind of long format. So we want to go into our documents, and we're going to be moving the thumb.jpg, and let's go ahead and move that to our desktop. Just like that, and then you can see that it removed the original thumb JPEG file and moved it over to our desktop. And just like with the cp or copy paste command, it works in almost the exact same way as far as how you list your original source and your output files. So this concludes the second episode in our Linux terminal basics. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't seen the first episode that goes over both ls and cd in greater detail. Please check that out, and make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be kind of pumping these out on either a weekly or bi-weekly basis, just depending on what's going on. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and goodbye.